Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have a interesting topic. What we're going to do today is I'm going to break down 3 different ways President Donald Trump could use the United States military to eliminate Nicolas Maduro. 2 of the options are very low risk to the U.S. One of the options would be significantly riskier. So we're going to break down 3 options President Trump has in front of him if war kicks off with Venezuela, and it looks like a military conflict is very much possible at this point in time. What options does President Trump have in front of him to respond to any threat from Maduro, and what can he do to eliminate Maduro? We're going to give you 3 very clear options. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Costs you guys absolutely nothing at all, and is a huge boost to the channel. Go ahead and comment with your thoughts below. Do you think we will go to war with Venezuela? Do you think there will be a direct military strike? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that bell above, all notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing at all. You'll have the best information on YouTube. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me. My DMs are open for any information you want to send me. I would love to check it out. Now let's get into it. As we know, the situation with Venezuela is rapidly escalating. Also, first, Can you all see that? Got to give a shout out to my Wolverines. I'm wearing my Red Dawn t-shirt. Believe I bought it from Super 70 Sports. One of my favorite shirts. Seemed like a good shirt to wear for this topic about a potential war kicking off with Venezuela. So we are mobilizing troops. We have Navy ships down there. We have spy aircraft down there. We have thousands of Marines who are practicing beach landings. They're practicing in terrain similar to Venezuela in case some kind of incident, for lack of a better term, a military action is required. They're ready to go. We have about 1,000 cruise missiles staged off the region, ready to go if necessary. The situation is getting very hot, very tense. And a lot of people are asking, well, listen, are we going to go to war with Venezuela? Do we need to go to war with Venezuela? Would we need an actual war to take out Maduro? And I am going to kind of, in my opinion, say that we don't need a full-scale war to get Maduro. I think there are 3 options. Again, 2 of them relatively risk-free. One of them would be very risky to get Maduro without needing to launch an all-out invasion of Venezuela. Before we get into that, we need to get an understanding of what Venezuela has at its disposal. So I'm going to put this up on the screen here for you all. This should hopefully help you guys get an understanding of what Venezuela has for an air defense network, a total defense network. So let's break this down. This is a variety of different systems, their effectiveness, their maintenance, readiness. So the top of the list is the S-300 VM SA-23. That is a Russian-produced anti-aircraft air defense system. It is essentially used. It is the most advanced defense system the Venezuelans have. But one of the problems is it requires constant support, constant maintenance. Some reports indicate that, quite frankly, as many as 60% or more of Venezuela's air defense system is down at any given time, which means you have huge pockets of Venezuelan airspace the U.S. could penetrate. We're going to get into that here shortly. And there's nothing the Venezuelans could do. On top of that, they have the BUK M2E, which is a medium-high effectiveness weapon. They have fewer batteries. Training is limited. They have the Bachero 2M. Again, it's older. It's static. It would require modernization. They have the Chinese right here, the JYL-1, the JY-27A radar systems. They're newer. The JY-27A is newer, but there's not many of them. The JYL is older, and it's unclear if any of them even work at this time. The CODAI C2 network is what all of this is under, and that is kind of the umbrella of Venezuela's air defense networks. What you're looking at right now is what they have for air defense. What you're going to notice is they have very few high-tech air defense systems. What they do have is either not operational or is very old, and that's going to be a problem against U.S. stealth. I'm going to also put this up on the screen for you all. What you're looking at right here, this is 2 maps that were leaked CODAI networks that show the air defense system. Now, if you look on the picture on the right, you can see all the gaps. There's gaps everywhere throughout Venezuela's airspace that would be easy to penetrate. So let me pull that down. So let's start with option number one. I'm putting option number one up right now. This would be an airstrike option. So let me go ahead and throw this up on the screen for you all. So if we went, so what you're going to see here is the B-2 stealth bomber. Why is the B-2 stealth bomber leading option one, the airstrike option package? I'm going to play this video while I talk. You can see the B-2 stealth bomber right there on the screen for you. We just did this in Iran. We know that the B-2, Iran had much better much better air defense networks, the most advanced air defense systems by the Chinese and the Russians, and it made absolutely no difference at the end of the day. The B-2 stealth bomber was able to penetrate all those defenses that they had, modern defenses that Iran had, and flatten two different sites, both nuke sites, one being underground, and that was the Fordo facility. So Venezuela has way less air defense than Iran, and if we could just fly right into Iran without the Iranians doing anything, what do you think the Venezuelans are going to do about that? The answer is nothing. So that would be the best option. What you would do, what you could likely see, is B-2 stealth bombers. They would know where Maduro was. He'd be in a bunker somewhere. They'd come in with 30,000-pound bunker busters, hit the facility he was in. You would have F-22s, F-35s, and likely F-18s. The F-18s armed with electronic jamming equipment. They would jam whatever Venezuela had that would require jamming, like the radar systems. You would see likely cruise missiles that would be launched to take out any air defense surface-to-air systems, SAM systems, and that would clear the path for the B-2s. They'd be escorted by F-22s, F-35s, F-18s, and they'd be able to deliver a powerful, powerful strike on where Maduro was, then get the hell out of the country. And just like you saw in Iran, we put 125 planes in the air. Not a single shot was fired by the Iranians because they knew, number one, there's nothing they could do. Their air defense network was useless. Even with high tech from China and Russia, it was useless against American stealth aircraft. So that would be option one. We could go in with stealth aircraft, stealth bombers, stealth F-22s, fly in, bomb where Maduro is, turn around, and race out of there as fast as we could. That leads me to option two. We're now on option two right here. Let me add this. I'm going to fast forward it here a little bit, and I'm going to pause it quick. This would be the cruise missile option alone, bombing Maduro's location using long-range missiles launched from the Navy, carrying significant warheads. So for those of you who haven't ever seen something like that before, let's watch this right here. This is what it would look like. So now let me see if I can find this. So here is an example. Oh, that's anti-ship. My bad. So this is a Tomahawk. I'm just going to share this on the screen for y'all. Whoops. Hold on. I'm still figuring out the tech. So right here, what you're looking at there is a Tomahawk cruise missile that could be launched at wherever Maduro was. This would require no U.S. troops. This would require no aircraft to enter Venezuelan airspace. Navy ships, anyone, or that you can fire cruise missiles from planes outside of Venezuelan airspace as well. They would be able to come in, unload salvo after salvo of cruise missiles at Maduro's location. So this is option two. This is the cruise missile option. The nice thing about this option is you're able to deliver a lot of bombs on target, and you don't even have to put planes in the airspace. The con of this option, so that's the biggest pro, you can just keep firing salvo after salvo after salvo. The biggest con of this is your cruise missiles are going to have less of a payload on them, than your 30,000-pound bunker busters that you could carry in with B-2 stealth bombers, right? They're just not going to be able to drop the same amount of power on a target that you would get with the 30,000-pound GBU-57, the bunker busters. But the biggest pro is you're at a lot less risk. You're at a lot less risk. You could also fly drones in that have missiles attached to them. But again, the amount of payload you're going to be able to deliver is going to be minimized. And Maduro is going to be likely in a fortified bunker. So you're going to want to put as many bombs on target as you can. This is option two. So we had option one, stealth bombers escorted by stealth aircraft. Pros, way more firepower can be brought to the fight. Con, you're putting your planes at risk, even against a defeated or depleted and aged air defense system. With the cruise missile option, you can fire off from hundreds of miles away and hit him wherever he is. Of course, he could move if he knows the missiles are coming. So I'm going to get that off the screen. That leads me to option three. So I'm going to pause this real quick. Option three would be a direct action assault on Maduro's location. For those of you who don't know, and I'm not saying anything that I don't believe is public, there was a plan involving tier one operators to go into Libya and snatch and grab Gaddafi. This was a plan that was rehearsed. This was a plan that was presented to President Obama. When all of that kicked off, they thought about going in and trying to capture him, or they could have killed him. Obviously, that plan never happened. I don't even know how seriously it was considered, but we could see a situation where tier one operators, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, likely supported by a lot of Army Rangers, go into wherever Maduro is, and they take him out in a direct action raid. This is the riskiest option by far. If helicopters go down, if anything goes wrong, now you've got guys on the ground. You're going to need to scramble in fighter jets. You're going to need to have the Air Force CCTs attached to him, start just calling in wave after wave. And this would be direct combat with Maduro's best guys. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with CQB, this is a video I just took from the military public source from DivsNet. And obviously they're not going as fast as you would see tier one guys, but this is what CQB could look like. So they're firing sim rounds. But I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of video of what CQB would look like. But you'd be doing this going into a bunker. So the risks of option three are by far and away the biggest. They put our men at risk. They put the operators on the ground at risk. And I'm not saying it won't be considered, but of the three options, we've got Air Force number one, bringing a lot of firepower from the air. We've got cruise missiles, option two. And then we would have option three, which would be a direct action raid against whatever location Maduro could be at. They all come with pros and cons. The pro of option three is that you're going to know you're going to get him. You're going to have immediate positive identification. You're going to be able to take him out. The cons are, again, look, whether it be Black Hawk Down, whether it be the Iran hostage rescue attempt. When things go wrong, when you have to put people on the ground, things can go really wrong really fast. Look at Roberts Ridge, Tucker Gar, Operation Anaconda. There are multiple examples involving special operations where things did not go according to plan and where it was not great. So, having said all that, what do I think the most likely option is when it comes to taking out Maduro? I think the most likely option is you are going to see option number one. They are going to go in with heavy air power if that's the decision that is made, and they are going to drop massive, massive amounts of bombs, 30,000-pound bunker busters with the B-2, just like we saw in Iran. It is almost identical to that, and they are going to pummel whatever military target he might be in. Cruise missile would be the second best option, but then again, the cons are you don't really know if you're able to put enough ordnance on the ground to hit them and get the job done. Option three is the least likeliest because the risk is just so great. And when you have the ability to do it in the air, why are you going to do it with operators on the ground, right? And I don't say that to disrespect anyone in special operations who's an operator. I love those guys, love Delta, love SEAL Team 6. But if we can do it from the air with minimized risks and we don't have to put 50 operators and 150 Army Rangers going in with them, probably not going to choose that option, but I'm sure they're training for that. I have no doubt they're training for that. They train for every scenario you can imagine. So that's where I would put it all at. That's what I think likely could happen. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below which option you think is the best. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Costs you guys absolutely nothing at all. And is a huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Right above, hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are open. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this video. Option 1, Air Force. Option 2, cruise missiles. Option 3, Delta Force or SEAL Team 6, direct action raid. Let me know in the comments which one you guys think is the best. I'll see you all next time.